Why of all things is a service that aims to help with finding new angles of complex problems. This project is based on some parallels that exist between approaches of traditional divination techniques and AI, which is currently employed as to assist in the generation of knowledge. Because contrary to popular conceptions of fortune-telling, African divination systems are based on the belief that the universe is not predictable, that there is a fundamental unknowability, but enormous opportunity in the space of the possible, to participate in the process of creation. In this context, divination is used as information technology. It's not about belief or an attitude. It's more a dynamic knowledge management tool, similar to a book, that can aid our imagination in the process of thinking. It deals with complex dynamical systems, which help to get access to our unconscious. It uses a symbolic set of objects to map out a question within its context. The AI steps in to break limiting thought patterns by analyzing an image dataset. It then creates a new set of images where you choose one out of it. The AI interprets this picture, and based on that, it generates a high and a low probability forecast.
We would ask you some questions about how that process was for you and some of your reasoning behind your decisions, and maybe some feedback, and then we would show you your forecasts and try to interpret them with you, if that is okay with you.
Cool. Okay, so I will share my screen now so we can see what you have sent us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about the process? How was it for you was it easy for you to find 20 different objects?
Yeah. They're literally every single object was inside my room, and so literally around me, and I literally just started. So I cleaned this tiny corner on my cupboard to take the photos, and then I just picked the first item, and then naturally, like without thinking, I kind of picked every single one, and then before I noticed, I was at 20. So
nice. That's really nice. So you also do you have a favorite object where you can tell us a little story about, or?
I have one favorite object, and funny enough, Sarah commented on it. It's the one that I dedicated the word happy to, and it's this ceramics set that used to be in my grandma's flat, and I mean, it's a bit weird that I dedicated happy towards it because she recently died, but and we were all allowed to pick a piece from her, and for some reason it just really spoke to me, and so now it's sitting on my dresser, and I see it every morning, and it just makes me think of her. And she was this really elegant and beautiful woman, and it just reminds me to be a little bit more like her in a way, and it just reminds me of her. So that's why it's, I guess, my favorite. But funny enough, there's a couple of items here that actually used to belong to my grandma. So there we go.
Yeah. Really nice. And yeah, so we put your pictures into our program, and the AI generated 10 new objects out of it. What was your first reaction when you got those? Did you like them?
I really like them, and at first am I right that they're the photos, but the program kind of distorts them a little bit, because I thought that after I picked the object, I recognized what it was. I don't know if it's but But I really like, I think they're all really, really beautiful. I would literally hang this on my wall.
But you got it totally right. It's like all your objects are morphed together to create this new kind of weird but beautiful looking objects here.
Honestly, they really speak to me, and it's so beautiful. I would literally, please, can I hang them on my wall?
Yeah, which one have you decided on? Actually, have you?
The one on the bottom right corner, the one that's basically the two items kind of mirrored. And I think I know which object it's based on, but like I didn't pick it because it's based on that object, but for some reason it just spoke to me. I don't know why. Maybe because I think life is made out of two different sides and black and white, and I don't know, but no, every single one is beautiful, but for some reason I just wanted to pick that one.
Okay, so yeah, based on this object, the AI generated two forecasts for you, a high probability one and a low probability one.
Okay.
Do you want to?
So we have one that's like that is very on topic, and we have one that's a little more random.
That's fine.
Yeah, let me see if yes. I just you will get why I make this disclaimer.
Is this the random one or the not so random one?
This one is the more random one. This one is the one that is more all over the place, and it talks about this symbolizes breaking free from bondage and being effortlessly transformed. I mean, I do see the effortlessly transformation aspect in like the picture you picked, but yeah. You have learned how to create a hole in the ground and a stream of water comes through. Now is a good time to clear the debris and fill the earth with your own blood. I do not know why it wants you to bleed into the floor, but apparently this transformation is not going without effort.
Okay.
The strength you have gathered is now focused into a concentrated force that can act as the ultimate weapon. You have learned the art of dispelling negativity through dispelling doubts. Now is the time to embrace all that is beautiful and unique. That one is pretty nice. I will say that. You will be complimented on your talents and your reputation will grow. When you embody the virtue which you always have known, an invisible energy emanates from you which can harm those around you if they do not possess the strength to see through the illusions being projected on them. It moved a little fast there, it moved a little far there. If you are around large groups, you are more powerful than average. This one talks a lot about like images of war, images of weapons, images of surpassing, and it's a little violent in that context. And also
maybe at first it's violent, but I don't think that it's that far off topic than you think it is. But continue with your
Do you, considering your question, which was what is going to happen at the rest of this year, right?
Yeah, what is the rest of the year going to look like? Yeah, that was my
I wanted to ask, like, oh, it seems to have been a shitty year, but I think that's just a mute question, right? Because it's been...
I mean, it hasn't been, I mean, obviously for the world it has been shitty, but for me it hasn't been the shittiest year ever, to be honest. And it was, yeah, I mean, I feel slightly, I mean, I don't feel guilty, but obviously it's with a little bit of guilt that I say that it hasn't been super shit for me. And I've actually, it's really funny because there was one thing that kind of resonated with me, which was now is a time to embrace all that is beautiful and unique, and you will be complimented on your talents, and your reputation will grow when you embody the virtue which you have always known. And I feel like kind of currently, funny enough, is a time for me that I'm kind of processing a lot of things, and I've used the last 2 months to work through things, and it's literally felt like a lot of puzzle pieces have fallen into place within the last month, and so it isn't as far off topic as we think it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Please keep this positive spirit, please.
One, I'm really glad that this one is resonating with you, because the second one, and I'm going to say that straight up, is the most negative forecast we have ever gotten from anything. Like,
oh my god, really?
It promises you ruin and unhappiness.
Oh my god, but so this is 12% and then 88% is going to be horrible. Is that correct?
I mean, let's go through it, but it talks about a pretty rough patch. So
okay. Okay, 95. Can I read it so I can process it already? Is that okay? Sorry. Okay. Okay, so this symbolizes that great skill and labor has been undone. What was perfect is no longer viable. A message of sadness and regret is seen here. The potential for great achievement has been lost. The work of art has ended. In most cases, this indicates progress on the fear towards your goal. However, in this case, it is warning that you are on the verge of being stopped in your progress. You may have cut too close to the heart. Be careful. There is a danger in cutting too close to the fulfillment. This also indicates a lack of funds. The funds are not here yet to complete the project you have in mind. Sad and disappointed. This may be a sign of financial ruin. However, you have accomplished much in just a few short months. Financially, you are almost out of luck. If you are in a union, this may be a sign of divorce. If you are single, this may be a sign of love lost. However, this may also be a warning to remain patient and accept the situation. Nothing is permanent. I mean, I don't think it's that horrible.
Yeah, you're right. It is the worst that we've ever gotten from, like, if you
Is it?
But it does have, I think actually it resonated more with, I think, my experience of the last few months when probably, I think just because of the difficult patch that people have been going through in general, being, I mean, the lack of funds is pretty. Are you in a financial funding problem right now?
I mean, it's not completely off. I mean, I currently don't have a job. I'm not in a situation that I have a complete lack of funds, but I'm dependent on the government, so that could change at any time. But I don't know. I'm not experiencing a lack of funds. Like I'm okay with not having thousands and thousands of euros. So I feel like it's not, I feel like it's kind of on point, but because I am the way that I am, I think you can always see something positive in a reading like that, because it's not completely off. I don't know. But maybe I think that the one thing that I'll take from this is, and I think that is actually, it's quite funny because I think that's my motto in life. If I is to remain patient and accept the situation, that nothing is permanent. That's like the one thing that represents me, and that's how I am and who I am and how I've gone through life. So that definitely resonates.
And that's also actually it hits you with all of these really dramatic statements, and then it always says, just you know, you can also just remain patient and accept the situation, and also the ending of is permanent is like, I mean,
deal with it.
You're right.
Yeah. So I don't think it's that horrible.
That's good.
You're the best person to deliver a horrible message like this.
I mean, I'm gonna, I'm someone who focuses on mostly good things. I mean, I'll see the bad things, but I'll focus from this thing. I'll focus on the last two sentences, and then also on the thing where it says, however, you have accomplished much in just a few short months, because as I said before, I feel like I've worked through a lot of things, and I mean, all of these things were part of it. And funny enough, I think this talks more about not my next 6 months, but like my last 6 months in a way. So I feel like it's more of a not what I think it's just saying, so this is what it looked like, and just be patient, and nothing is perfect.
Even with the other one combined, it does have a little bit of a feeling of like past and future.
Yeah.
Because the other one talks about, oh, there was a past time, it was really rough, and this seems to describe the rough time.
I think so, honestly. And if I took some time and I looked more detailed into the sentences and the words, I mean, I would probably be able to tell a story or a little thing about every single thing, because a lot of things have happened to everyone. But I think the most important thing is to remain patient and accept the situation. Yeah. I love it. I think it's great.
Great.
Thank you so much for your participation and your interest. It's always the most fun being with people who actually take the time to also feel it. Otherwise, it feels a little lost. And I mean, we can send you all these things, and if you would like to, we can also print you one, because we have this.
No, I love it. Thank you so much.
Hallo und ja, vielen Dank fürs Mitmachen, dass du mit uns ein Live-Reading heute machst. Und wir werden dir heute unsere Ergebnisse präsentieren, aber davor gehen wir nochmal den ganzen Prozess ein bisschen durch und es gibt eine kurze Rückschau von den Dingen, die du uns gesendet hast. Ist das okay?
Alles klar, alles klar. Bin gespannt, bin ganz neugierig.
Ja, ich auch schon. Ja, genau, das sind jetzt 20 Dinge, die du uns geschickt hast mit deinen 20 Wörtern. Sag mal, wie war denn das für dich? Hast du gleich 20 Dinge gefunden?
Naja, es ist gar nicht so leicht, die passenden Dinge zu finden. Du willst ja auch Dinge, die passen. Und da musst du schon ein bisschen suchen gehen. Du willst Symbole, die zumindest aussagen.
Ja, super. Und gibt es davon vielleicht eins von den 20 Dingen oder mehrere, die irgendeine besondere Bedeutung für dich haben?
Ja, das aktuellste ist das Bild, was ich gestern gemalt habe.
Dieses Bild, wo Vertrauen steht, oder?
Ja, wo Vertrauen steht.
Sehr cool. Aus diesen Bildern wurden dir hat dir unser Modell diese 10 Gegenstände erstellt. Ich rufe die jetzt auch noch kurz auf. Dann können wir kurz darüber reden, wie du dich dafür entschieden hast, dieses im Speziellen anzuschauen. Seht ihr die?
Ja.
So. Da seid ihr. So. Und welches von den Objekten hat dich jetzt intuitiv am meisten angesprochen?
Also die Nummer 1 habe ich mir gedacht, passt am ehesten. Die Nummer 9 hat mich auch interessiert.
Naja, die sind ziemlich ähnlich.
Ja, stimmt.
Ist es dieser orange-blaue Farbton oder an was?
Na ja, es ist die Struktur, die geordnete Struktur zusammen mit Orange. Oder Gelb auch.
Fast wie ein Haufen Holz.
Also diese Mischung aus Ordnung und Farbe.
Alright, aber du hast dich im Endeffekt für Nummer 1 entschieden.
Weil ich gedacht habe, das passt immer mehr irgendwie einfach gefühlsmäßig eher.
Passt. Ja, in dem Fall, dann werde ich dir jetzt die Ergebnisse zeigen, die unser Modell für dich bereitgestellt hat. Und wir machen das so, dass wir immer zwei generieren und die Personen selber auswählen lassen, welche sie zutreffender finden. Und waren es 95 in diesem Fall?
99.
99, holy shit.
Ja.
Das heißt 99.
Also, das ist eine 99, das ist ein so zutreffender wie nur möglich von unserem Modell, von der Sichtpunkt unseres Modells aus.
Okay, gut.
Ja, man muss aber dazu sagen, unser Modell weist eine Frage nicht.
Auch einfach für die Zuschauer draußen.
Okay, dann dieses vor.
Also, begib dich nicht mit Gewalt diesen Hang hinunter, es sei denn, du bist bereit, buchstäblich auf die Knie zu fallen. Es wird Hilfe geben. Es wird Unterstützung geben. Bist du mutig genug, diesen Aufstieg zu wagen, wirst du es schaffen. Du bist stark genug, um die begonnene Arbeit zu beenden. Die anderen werden folgen und auch du wirst folgen. Am besten fängt man bei Null an. Nicht nach unten schauen, nicht aufschauen. Wenn du allein bist, heb den Kopf über das Chaos, um Verletzungen zu vermeiden. Wenn dir eine große Kreatur über den Weg läuft, geht das wahrscheinlich nicht gut aus. Bleib still und vertraue deinen Instinkten. Der uranfängliche Überlebenshunger treibt alle Lebewesen an. Selbst die furchterregendste Umgebung kann als Zufluchtsort dienen, wenn man gegenüber Gefahren desensibilisiert wird.
Das klingt ja hochdramatisch. Was wäre denn beim Bild 9 die Aussage gewesen?
Das haben wir jetzt nicht.
Das wissen wir nicht.
Zu deinem Ding. Das ist das mit der niedrigen Wahrscheinlichkeit.
Okay.
Ich hab das mit den 99% noch aufgehoben. Magst du uns sagen, was deine Frage war?
Also weil die letzte Woche war speziell wieder, dass ich sehr in der Leistungsmuster gefallen bin, dass alle Wills zu Muss geworden sind. Und dann war die Frage, wie komme ich zu mehr Leichtigkeit, zu weniger Schweren, wie bleibt ein Will und wird nicht ein Muss und wie geht mehr Leichtigkeit.
Alles klar.
Und dann habe ich gestern dieses Bild dazu gemalt und beim ersten Bild waren diese Kämpfe der letzten Woche. Also mit diesen ganzen, das passt zu dieser Deutung, weil das war auch ein Berg. Und das zweite, das Sollbild war dann interessanterweise Wasser und ein Boot. Also ich bin vom Berg weggekommen zum Wasser.
Naja, das kann man schon teilweise mit dem hier übereinstimmend lesen. Aber lass uns mal vielleicht zum anderen gehen, zum höherprozentigen und schauen, was das dazu sagt.
Okay.
Also, Reichtum, der bisher verborgen war, kann jetzt geschehen und geschätzt werden. Wenn du dich in einer glücklichen Lage befindest, ist es wichtig, Wertschätzung für das zu zeigen, was vorher geschehen ist. Du solltest dich nicht übermäßig mit aktuellen Ereignissen oder Personen beschäftigen, sondern dich auf den langfristigen Nutzen einer Beziehung konzentrieren, die auf Ehrlichkeit und gegenseitigen Respekt aufgebaut ist. Und die Rollen kennen. Die Beteiligung an einer Partnerschaft schließt nicht aus, dass du ethisch und zuverlässig sein musst. Sei sensibel für die Bedürfnisse anderer, insbesondere derjenigen, die sich in abhängigen Positionen befinden. Beziehungen, die auf Vertrauen und einem gemeinsamen Engagement beruhen, sind die wahren Schätze des Lebens.
Das ist ja eine witzige Interpretation. Also die abhängige Beziehung ist ganz klar mein Seniorhund, der wird sehr stark im Vordergrund stehen die nächsten Jahre, weil sie mehr Pausen braucht, mehr Rücksicht braucht, mehr Motivation braucht und weil sie halt alt wird. Also dass ich da sehr auf ihre Bedürfnisse schaue, ist ganz klar sie gemeint. sonst in Beziehungen, ja, sie mehr verlassen auf Beziehungen und Wertschätzung und Respekt und so weiter, gefällt mir ganz gut. Bei meinem Bild ist ja auch, also kennt man Vertrauen statt Kontrolle, also mehr genau, in der Deutung steht auch, verlass dich mehr auf andere und mach nicht alles selber, das war in der ersten Deutung, glaube ich. Und ja, das gefällt mir auch. Ich hätte doch nicht
Reichtum, der bisher verborgen war, kann jetzt gesehen und geschätzt werden? Irgendwelche neuen...
ja, das ist wieder so eine Kontrollfrage, Mille. Wenn du zulässt, dass du weniger Kontrolle hast und mehr sichtbar bist, oder die einfach mehr die Beziehungen überlässt, also mehr Vertrauen aufbringst, dann kommt wahrscheinlich schon mal mehr Reichtum raus.
Sehr schön.
Ich wäre aber trotzdem neugierig gewesen auf das Bild Nummer 9.
Ja, das ist die Intuition, da kann man nicht wirklich viel was dagegen machen. Ja, du, ich glaube, wir werden jetzt Schluss machen und ich danke dir sehr für deine Mitarbeit und ich hoffe, du
kannst du mal gelegentlich noch das Bild Nummer 9 nachher aus, weil ich halt auch wissen will, was da drin steht.
Okay,
Können wir machen, ja.
Machen wir. Okay, vielen Dank für deine Mitarbeit. Tschüss.
Vielen Dank.
Tschüss. Tschüss.
(01 711 333 333), die APL Performance Hotline.